actors, it's Wendy Alane Wright, the Hollywood talent manager, freezing my flipping ass off in my office. I have no heat in here today. It's just so cold in California. Yay. And I just wanted to wish you all a very, very, very happy New Year. New Year is a time to start thinking about, okay, where am I in my life and where do I want to get to? And I want you guys to understand that you can get wherever you really set your heart and your mind to go. Just make sure you make a very specific plan and stick to it no matter what. Don't quit. Don't give up. Don't doubt yourself. Just take the action. If you don't take the action, you won't get the results. And you got to put timelines on your actions. If you say you're going to get new headshots by January 15th or by February 30th, put a timeline. That makes you do it by that time. A lot of people fail in this business because they think too much. They overthink everything. You know, how do I know what to do? How do I know if this is the right scene? How do I know if this is the right photographer? How do I know if this is the right agent? How do I know if I'm good enough? How do I know? It's too much thinking, okay? Things get done by taking action. When you take the action, you will learn something from it. You'll either learn you did it right or you did it wrong, and you need to learn those things. So set some very specific goals. I'm going to take these headshots. I'm going to take these acting classes. I'm going to work on getting these specific agents. I'm going to work on getting together with these producers and writers and do some projects of my own. I'm going to try to get on these TV shows with these casting directors, and these are the dates. I'm going to do this and that and that. And really make a calendar. Put it in your calendar. I'm going to do this workshop this day. I'm going to, do my writing on my play I'm working on this day. I'm going to take my headshots this day. You've got to put it in your calendar. And do it just like you do your workout, your exercise routine or your yoga or you're going to go out with a friend. If it's not on your calendar, you're not going to do it. Okay, so don't just wing it. Get your calendar together. All right, so what I wanted to talk to you this morning about is the auditioning process. A lot of you guys really don't know how this process works, so I'm going to explain it to you. When you're auditioning for television, it is very, very quick because the breakdown comes out for the role on Monday, let's say. They audition Tuesday and Wednesday, and they decide to cast it, Thursday, Friday, they're casting it, and they start shooting the next Monday. So within a week, they've made their decisions and they're already shooting. So if you are getting an audition for a TV show, you're going to know by the end of the week whether you got it or not. You usually go in for an audition. If the casting director doesn't know you, you're going to go in for a pre-read. Auditions are typically called pre-reads, okay? They pre-read you before you go to producers. So the casting director brings you in with 50 other people, and they audition you. And the ones that are right for the role get a callback. And you might have 2 or 3 callbacks, but once you have a callback, you're now going to meet with the producers. And that's called the producer session. Now, actors that are very familiar to the casting director, they skip the pre-read. They skip the audition and they go straight to the callbacks to the producers. Those are actors that casting directors have worked with before, have cast before, or they're very familiar with their work. Actors that they're not quite sure if they're right for the role, they don't take them to producers until they know for sure. So that's why you have to go in and audition. Now, if it's a co-star role, a small role for TV, they generally don't ask actors to tape, because the decisions are made so quickly. It's such a small role, they don't bother taping. You have to fly in for it, blah, blah, blah. If it's a guest star role, a bigger role, a meatier role, they will sometimes take tapes from actors around the country for roles. If it's for a series regular role, they absolutely will take tapes. So they will look at all the tapes and determine whether or not they want to bring you in for an audition. If you come in for an audition, you will have to pay for that yourself. And then you will come in and audition, and if they want you to come back, you usually have to pay for the callback. If you come in for the producer session, sometimes they pay for it for you to come in to do the producer session if you live out of the state. Okay? Once you get past the producer sessions, and let's say they've narrowed it down to 5 actors. Let's say the breakdown went out, 2,000 actors sent their headshots in. They auditioned 50, and 5 went to the producers. Out of those 5, the producers love those 5. They don't know which ones they're going to pick yet. They sign a contract with all 5 of them. And then the network executives get involved. The producers and the network executives sit down and look at these actors, and they pick which ones they want. Okay, so the casting director is there to weed out all the wrong people, weed out people that aren't right for the job, and bring people to producers that really are right for the project. Now that's how television works. And I could get more complicated, and I will just for a second. If it's for a series regular role, the network decides who gets the role. And those projects are shot into pilots. Those pilots go to the upfronts in New York, where the advertisers decide which shows they're going to advertise on, and the advertisers really have to approve of the actors that are going to be representing their product in the TV show. Weird, huh? So really, this whole thing comes down to money. Who are the advertisers going to back? Which actors are going to bring in viewers that are going to buy products? Okay, it's complicated, but let's just talk about your auditions. Let's say you're going up for a TV show. Prepare, do your audition, really learn how to audition, learn what the moment before is, learn what your character really needs and wants, learn how to make contact, real personal contact with the reader, and just do your very best. And the rest of it's completely out of your hands, okay? Who the casting director brings back, who knows? You know, whether you're too short, too tall, too white, too black, your eyes are too green, you're too fat, you're too skinny, you look better than the lead. Nobody knows why you get a call back. You know, that's like a mystery. You get it. If you get it, you get it. If you don't, you don't. But if the casting director loves you and loves your work, be guaranteed they will bring you back again and again and again for stuff you're right for. And one day you'll book something. And they're hoping you do. They're hoping they have the right project for you. Okay, that's how TV works. Let's get to film. Film is a completely different ballgame. They're not under a deadline to cast it by the end of the week. Networks are not necessarily involved. Studios are. Studio executives come into play. But a lot of films are independently cast. So the casting director weeds through a whole lot of people, thousands of people, hundreds of tapes, to find the few that are really right for the role. But that could take all year long because they're not in a crunch like in television. They could be months and months in casting, okay? When you're right for the role, they'll call you in for callbacks. They'll call you in to read with the producer and the directors. They'll call you in to work with other actors to see how you all fit together. That's always called a chemistry read. They do that in TV too. And then, you know, they're looking for collaborators, people who are really interested in working on the project and making the project successful. And actors who are there to serve the director's vision, because film is a director's medium. The film is seen in the mind of the director, and the director wants to get what they see onto the film. And the actor is there to serve the director, to give the director what they need, to give the director the emotion they need, the intensity they need, the funny they need. The director is the one who's determining really who's going to work on the project, and the producers, the people who are putting up the money. And so if you audition for a film, you might not know for months and months. It's not so important. You know, I know every actor wants to get the job. I just want to get that job. But you have no control over who gets the job and why. I mean, I've heard stories where actors don't get the job because the producer thinks the actor reminds him of his wife that he's divorcing, and he doesn't want to work with that person. So you have no control over who gets the job. All you have control over is how well you train your own talent, how kind and polite and friendly you are to the people you work with, how prepared you are when you go into an audition. If you have great headshots, if you have a really strong demo reel or some really strong clips that show your work so that you can send those out to agents and producers and managers and casting directors when they ask for it. And that you follow through with everything you say you're going to do, that you're professional and show up on time and do good work, that you are helpful to everyone you work with, and that you keep in touch with the people you meet, because people hire people they know and people hire people they like. So if you are well known and well liked and you're a collaborator and you show up and try to serve the project, you're more likely to get hired than the actor who doesn't know what they're doing, who has lousy materials, who's just there for themselves and only wants to get famous, or, you know, it's all about them, and people don't like that kind of people, okay? So if you're an actor, you really should be in this for the right reasons, you know, to be a filmmaker, to be a storyteller, to serve the cause of the entire project, to be a collaborator, and to do great acting work because you love it. That's really why you need to be in this business. And if you're not in it for those reasons, you may want to get into a different business. All right, you guys, listen, this is a year of who knows what the hell is possible. Anything is possible. I hope that you achieve the success that you dream of. I hope that that voice inside your heart that's telling you to go for it, I hope you honor it. And I look forward to being here to help you and guide you along the way. Remember, if you need to talk to me directly and you want a Skype consultation, I'm happy to do that. And I love doing that. It's really smart, if you're an actor, to make sure that you talk to someone. Talk to me, talk to someone in the business that you trust who can tell you where you're starting, because you got to know where you're starting, you know, where your talent is right now, what training you need to add to that, what steps you need to take to get to the next level. If you spend time this year doing it all on your own, you know, you're not going to get as far as you would as if you had a mentor and someone to guide you. So take me up on my offer to Skype with you, because I will give you a very specific plan that you can follow the next year or two to get ahead, to get forward. And read my books, because everything I know is in them. 25 years of what I know is in them. And every time you email me with questions that are in my book already, I'm going to tell you to read my book, because I don't have time to tell everybody the same exact thing I wrote in my books. Doesn't make a sense, doesn't it? And I have lots of free videos here on YouTube. There's over 300 of them. If you go to my website, Secrets of a Hollywood Talent Manager, you're going to find so many useful tools, free stuff, stuff you can download for free that will help you plan. And I really am like the #1 advocate for you actors. I really love you. I want you to be successful, and I don't want to waste your time or you to waste your time. So you guys, if this was helpful to you, and if any of my videos are helpful to you, always like them. Post down below. Let me know what you need, what you want to know, if you like the video. And follow me on Facebook at secretsofAHollywoodTalentManager.com. I love you guys. See ya.